Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Round 16 in the bag. Bounce back week after last week's Armageddon. Fuck. So bounce back week 1365. Saw some slight green arrows. Went up 49 spots, back up to 843. Jesus, hard not owning Herbie. I won't lie to yous, but I've survived another week not owning him. It's hard. I'll tell you what, it's going to come to the end of the season, and honestly, the difference between me finishing in the top 200-300 will be purely because of Herbie. And I'm not going to pay 900k for him this week. So I'm just hoping that over the next 5 weeks, I think they've got 2 buys. It'll even itself out a little bit. So let's get into it, boys. Hopefully you all went well over the weekend. And we've got a lot to talk about this week. We have a lot. There's a lot of options. So what we're going to do is I'm going to quickly go through all of the matches, quick fire like I normally do. Also, apparently my mic is bad. So let me know in the comments if my mic is shit. A couple of people have said over the last few weeks that I need to buy a new mic. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments if my mic is working for this episode. Righto, let's get into it. We'll start from the earliest and work our way through like we normally do. Eels and Titans. JC, oh man. How annoying. 8 points. 8 points. Honestly, like, in a game that was so open and so filled with points, that sucks, man. That sucks. He's like a pod up top as well. For him to score 8 points, like in that type of game, how open it was, he could have easily scored 60, 70 plus. Easily. So that hurts because that 60 to 70 more points that I could have got this week, we're back up to the top 500. So anyway, moving on. So there's really nothing going on in the Titans, man. Like, you've got Tino with a 38. He's genuinely coming up to being a sell. I'm not even joking. It's just, yeah. I don't know. I think there's just better options at the moment, especially through 2RF and front row. Like, holding Tino is going to be a long bleed until obviously after Origin, and then he might start picking up some form and stuff. But yeah, 59 with for Bo Fermor. He missed like what three goals, so a lot of points taken from him for that. So with a 59 and missing 3 conversions, you know, he should be up over 70 points. He's someone that I'm going to be looking at bringing back in. But at the moment, I'm really looking for that upside. And we'll go over like the replacements that I'm considering for Olakuatu. I just like Fermor's great. Fermor is great, but I feel like I need to try and find that player that is going to hurt not owning. And I just don't know if I'm going to be sitting there one day going, oh, can't believe I didn't owe like Fermor, you know what I mean? So he's an option, but I'm looking for something else. Nobody else really in the Titans. Yongi with 104. Man, he's genuinely coming into his strides, eh? Like, I think maybe 2 more seasons, he's going to be a gun. He's going to genuinely be a gun. Hawkins with a 93. Lomax with an 81. He actually downgraded. I'm very happy owning Lomax right now. I got him in like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And now that he's got the Dragons this week, I'm hoping that people don't flock to him this week because he's been a nice little pod. But I think now probably is the time to maybe get him. As much as I hate saying that because I want to keep him as a pod, I think Lomax is a genuinely good trade for this week if you have Sharpe and you're looking to move Sharpe on given his injury. It's looking like 4 to 6 weeks. So yeah, Lomax is an option. Penasini with a 68. Yeah, not much doing there. Hopgood, fuck, what a fall from grace. Hopgood, eh? Riley Smith, 25, and looks like he's going to be suspended, which sucks. Thank God I've got Tom Starling. So, moving on. Oh, Mark, 136. Absolutely love it. Absolutely. This is why I traded him in 2 weeks ago, because I know that he's going to be able to do stuff like this. With the Roosters looking to absolutely like pile it on for the remainder of the season to try and push for the finals, I'm very, very happy owning Mark. I think he's going to see a lot more tries. Having him as a pod, good times. Traded in Teddy, captain him, 107. Pretty happy with that. Connor Watson, 86. He's going to be my target for the run home, possibly. I just don't know where to put him. I think there's a world where I could turn Starling into Watson. Sorry, not Starling. Turn Riley Smith into Watson. I just need to figure out how I'm going to do that, because obviously I need to try and get Payne Haas back in. Still very unsure about whether I want Cleary back in, because Cleary is obviously carrying an injury at the moment. Groin tightness, I think it was. He might not be kicking for a while. And yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird how this year's kind of like evened itself out. There's not many must owns. Like, you don't have to own certain players to be able to score well each week. So that's pretty cool. Angus Crichton, 76. He's another player that I just want to keep an eye on. I don't think that he's a must, but he could be a great pod for the run home. Outside of that, yeah, Sandon Smith, man, he just keeps like randomly just shitting points. I got rid of Sandon Smith right back in like early, and he's just been one that just keeps getting it done. Savala with a 79. Billy Smith, man, I've got a bone to pick with Billy Smith. I have a bone to pick. Let's just go over, right? This is how it goes, right? Let's have a look. Now, I traded Billy Smith in round 8, right? Round 8. 35, 34, 41, 43, 45, 37. Absolute dog shit in SuperCoach. I then don't play him. And he scores 2 tries. Like, sometimes in SuperCoach, I swear to God it's scripted, and I swear the amount of luck that's involved in SuperCoach sometimes is astounding. 77, honestly, like 77 with 2 tries is actually quite bad. So I wouldn't be expecting him to be scoring 2 tries every single week for a 77. If he didn't get that last try, he would have finished like sub 50. So anyway, moving on. Broncos and Sharks. Sharks with an absolute bed shit. At what point is Fitzgibbon going to start getting criticised? Let's just talk about that for a second, right? Like, I understand that the Sharks are a decent side on paper. They haven't got as many guns as like a lot of other teams have. Sure, they make the finals consistently every single year. But the amount of times that the Sharks go ahead and then just... they just seem to find ways to lose games all the time. Like, you don't lose that game. I'm not quite sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they were up something ridiculous at halftime. And to lose like that against a Broncos side that hasn't exactly been playing well... Yeah, man, far out. Nickera with a 103. Brayley, back-to-back big scores. He's killing it at the moment. Hines with a 90. Talakai with a 73. He obviously got a try. Did he get 2 tries? No, he only got 1 try. Yeah, 1 try. So, was it a line break try? Anyway, repaid owners. I love this. Ready? I traded in Iro, injured. I traded in Hiroti, injured. And then the third centre that comes up for the Sharks, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay away. It's not for me. And he scores a try in the 4th minute. It's crazy times. AFB with a 69. McInnes 56. Not much doing. Broncos. Payne Haas, man. 108 points. Coming off Origin. Injured. Went off during the game. Injured. Got it strapped. Came back on and still gets 108 points without a try. Man, I think it's fair at this point in time to say that he's the GOAT. Like, Payne Haas is probably the greatest forward of all time. I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to honestly say that he's... Like, who is better in the last 30 years than Payne Haas? Like, yeah. Not much doing there. Rabbitohs Storm. AJ with a 137. He just keeps getting tries delivered to him on a golden platter. Latrell with a 97. Colin Matunga with a 76. Yep, not much doing there. Storm played like shit that game and still managed to get a result. Man, if I was Bellamy, like if I was the players for the Storm right now, I would be petrified turning up to training. Petrified. Bellamy is going to absolutely crucify every single one of these players. Like, if this is the type of performances that they want to be having leading into the finals, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I've still got the Storm coming into probably like at least the semi-grand final. But they can't be like, yeah, they can't be playing like that. Yeah, it's interesting. Traded in Hughes for a 45. It's so underwhelming sometimes when you trade in players like that and they just, yeah. But I think I've made the right choice. I don't really like the whole scenario with Cleary at the moment. I think over the next month, let's just say over the next month, Hughes outscores Cleary. Not by much, but I think he'll do a job. Pappenhausen with a 62. Yep. Not much doing there. There really isn't much outside of like Hughes, Katoa, Pappenhausen, Munster. Nothing else in the Storm side really appealed to me. Grant for the run home is getting more and more interesting, but obviously like it's going to be Harry Grant, Watson. I could even just run Starling as my main hooker for the rest of the season. I don't really think it's going to bother me too much, but we'll see what happens. Dolphins and the Knights. Herbie with a 106. Like, far out, man. Every single week he's just doing this. That 106 is without a try as well. It's becoming more and more painful. Look at this, man. 105, 150, 106 the last 3 weeks. As a non-owner, that is 300. Oh, man. It's going to be the one that got away. Honestly, it's going to be the one that got away. I'm not paying 900k for him. You can go and get fucked. It'll come to an end. I promise you. I promise you it'll come to an end. I demand it to come to an end. Asako with a 65. I don't know what to do with him this week. Initially, I wanted to just move him straight to Karaz. But now, like, pretty okay matchup this weekend against the Bunnies. Especially with Sharpe being injured. I think the priority is probably Sharpe to move out of my side before Asako. So that's going to be a headache for me this week, but we'll see what happens. Outside of that, not much doing. The Knights. Man, the referees tried so hard for the Dolphins to win that game. So hard. Sometimes, for some reason, the NRL have this weird fixation on trying to help sides win. And it's so obvious at times. Like, it's so obvious. Yeah, Bradman Best with a 116. He's a genuine option at the moment. I'm very much looking at Best. Ponga, 72. He's also going to be a genuine option now if Sharpe is out relatively long term, 4 to 6 weeks. Ponga's an option. Dylan Lucas, 68. Yeah, not much doing. Panthers, Warriors. Sorensen, 99. Garner with a 75. He was someone I was looking at getting in a few weeks ago, but more fires than you can think. So faded him. Outside of that, man, there's not much doing in the Penrith side. Like, I understand that the Origin players are coming back this week, but usually, like, the Panthers have so many options. Outside of, like, Cleary, there's really not much doing. Like, Brian Toto is going to be an option for the run home. He's someone I'm looking at, but yeah. Aaron Clark with an 83. He just keeps shitting out points for fun. I don't know, man. Like, I've bit my tongue every single week. I've thought about getting him in. Yeah, he's just the guy. He's the man. Metcalf with a 61. RTS with a 59. Yeah. Tigers and Raiders. This game was scored really weirdly, and a lot of updates ended up coming in. Tarpany with an 81, Starling with a 76. Hosking, man. Hosking's going to, like, he's my, like, 6th choice 2RF at the moment. And I feel like I either need to get rid of him or downgrade him soon. Like, he's going to be an option for me to obviously play over the bye rounds, especially within the next, like, 2 to 3 weeks. But he's someone that's just become a pain in the ass. I expected a lot better from Hosking. He's not a major issue in my side, but I can see him slowly becoming one. I just need some attack out of Hosking, man. Like, let's have a look, right? I don't know what it is. There's been some games where he's scored well, but since round 12, 43, 54, 61, 47. Very underwhelming. Like the 61, the 77 in round 11. Yeah, very mid-range. Not quite sure what to do with Hosking. Terrell May with an 83. Yep, look, there's not much doing in the Tigers. So, moving on. Let's have a look, right? Let's have a look at my side. Let's talk trades. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing. Now, I need to move Olakau'atu on. I also need to move Fletcher Sharpe on. I have one boost left. I don't want to use the boost this week, but I'm open to the idea of using it. Purely because I don't see a world where I might need it later on unless there's mass restings. And I think with the comp being this close, I don't think there's going to be mass restings come end of season. So let's talk Olakau'atu replacements because I have a couple in mind. I do want Kikau, but I'm also warming into the idea of going Preston as a pod because nobody has Preston. Now, we all know what Preston's capable of. And for me, like, let's just see what the ownership for Preston is. Why did it go there? 11,000 people actually have Preston. But I'm pretty sure up top he's very, like, he's not owned by many people up top. Preston is an option. Now, if we go over his scores, I'm just a little bit worried about the dynamic with Galvin coming into the side, how much they're going to be going left. Kikau's a genuine option because he's playing really, really good SuperCoach footy at the moment. He's working that sweeping play. Preston, for some reason, stands out to me. Like, let's just go over his scores like since round 4. 122, 70, 88, 62, 92. Then he had that massive suspension, came back and scored a 52. Probably not match fit, and he came back and he scored a 52 in a game that was, So, I don't mind the Preston shout. It's just he's like, an extra 70k more expensive than Kikau. And Kikau on the left side for the Dogs, their dominant side. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's either Preston, Kikau, Fermor. They're really, in 2RF this season, there's not much that really stands out. Let's just say we go over the 5-round average. I do want Hudson in for the run home, but I'm not going to be grabbing him this week because obviously he misses next week. Aaron Clark is someone that I could potentially get in, but again, bit stuck. Honestly, boys, I'm a bit stuck. We got Kikau, we got Aaron Clark, we got Preston. I don't want to get Nicker in this week against Melbourne, but he's a genuine shout for the run home. Outside of that, there's absolutely nothing going on. We're just looking down here. There's not much. Angus. It's dire. It's dire in the 2RF this season. It really is. Yeah. I'm just gonna plug in Kikau for now. I'm just gonna sit on it for a bit. We're just gonna see what happens. Now I'm moving Sharpe on. I had actually every intention of moving Sharpe on before his injury due to how poor the Knights' draw now becomes. Obviously, the injury just solidifies it. Now, I'm honestly considering, obviously, Karaz. So, if we go Karaz straight in, that leaves me with 80k. Now, if I want to use my last boost, I have options that I could potentially go to, right? Now, I could go down to the Broncos winger. I could move Asako on this week and say thank you very much for the 726k. I could move him up into 2RF and move Lucas down. I could trade Asako to... I've got 800k there. So I could trade Asako to someone like a Bradman Best or a Val Holmes. I could boost and go Asako to Val Holmes, but Val Holmes has obviously got the origin, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's worth me boosting this week because my numbers are actually okay for round 18, but it's going to be tempting to do it. I do like Val Holmes post round 18. Even though the Dragons draw is a little bit iffy, I still think he's a safe upside 60 plus averaging centre for the run home. I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing this week, boys. I think given the side, Teddy's on the bye, we've got Pappenhausen, Drinky, we've got Karaz, Asako, Lomax and Garrick in the centres. JC misses a month. So we're going to be doing Munster, Hines, Hughes, Kalamatangi, Kikau. So I'm obviously going to be playing Kikau over Hosking. Watch this. I promise you, Hosking will score a try this week when I don't play him. I guarantee it. Clip this, come back to it, whatever you want to do. I will not be playing Hosking this week and he'll score a try and get 80 plus. I guarantee it. Yeah. So the Sit V starts this week are pretty easy. Obviously, Starling, May, Tarpany, Tino, Kalamatangi, Katoa, Lucas, Kikau. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Pretty easy, guys. And that's how I'm probably going to be running it. Unless, I'll just sit on my hands for a little bit and see what goes on. But I like Kikau. I like the Dogs left edge. I need Karaz in. It's going to be another painful watch not owning a Herbie, but at the end of the day, you can't nail everything. I should have got Herbie in 2 or 3 weeks ago, but you know what? I had a million other things that I needed to do. Anyway, that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you scored. Let me know your trade thoughts. Let me know how this shit mic is. And yeah. Good luck for the week. And thank you all for tuning in once again. If you haven't already, give the channel a sub. It helps. And that's about it. Cheers, guys. See yous.